Pressure and low pressure are terms that we hear all the time in our weather forecast.
But do we know how pressure is measured? Well, our Candace Monticelli is live to show us how we can do it at home. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, meteorologists use so many different tools to measure all the different aspects of the weather. And in regards to pressure, we use something called a barometer. So we're going to learn how to make one that you can use at home each and every day. So here's a list of what you need for today's experiment. First, a short, wide mouth glass jar, a balloon, plastic straw, scissors, markers, construction paper, and then glue or tape. So first, I've done a lot of prep on this. This is probably our most involved experiment yet, but you want to take that balloon and then cut off the smaller and bigger end from each other. Then take the larger end and place it over top of your clear glass jar. Next, you want to prep your straw. I used a bendy straw, but we only need the straight part, so you want to cut off that piece of the bendy straw. Then with your pieces of paper, construction paper, make a very little arrow. Now I use the straw to measure this because you're actually going to have to place this little arrow within the straw using either tape or glue. I used tape. Glue will make this a little bit more permanent. But then you want to take this entire straw and arrow piece and tape it to the top of your jar. You're going to have a little piece, a little bubble in this balloon in the center. That is totally fine to have, as then you'll just tape this whole straw piece to one end of your jar. Then take your other piece of construction paper, mark it with high and low, set this permanently behind your barometer, and then you want to mark your constant starting point where that arrow is. And now you can start measuring the high and low pressure, because pressure actually has a lot to do with our day-to-day weather. So when we see high pressure, the air around the jar is pushing down on that balloon, forcing the arrow to go up. And similarly, when we have low pressure, the air inside the jar will be pushing up on the balloon, making this arrow then go down, indicating low pressure. So when this is happening, and when you check this every day, put it outside, of course, you'll notice the differences in pressure, but make the connection to the weather. What's happening? Is it sunny? Is it storming? What's happening compared to yesterday? Or what's going on in the future? Because when we have high pressure, the air then is pushing down and causing stable air, which equals to clear, calmer weather conditions like sunshine. And when we have low pressure, this is unsettled weather. The air is actually rising, pushing up, and making it easier to form those clouds, those rain showers, those storms with that unsettled air, that unstable air mass. So you'll notice those differences and make the good comparison to what is happening in the weather. So when you try this at home, send me pictures on Facebook, and there is full instructions on fox17online.com.